The designer of this particular landscape has a couple of different levels. There's an upper level or a lower level, I'm not sure which, and then a second level, let's call it here. And they've copied, I think, the design here and across there. What she wants to do is to have different plant schedules for each zone in the garden, and that is possible with gCADPlus. Let's first go to gCADPlus and we'll show symbols with names. So you can see in both the lower and the upper area some plants have been tagged. So if in fact this zone through here has been copied over there and we run the schedule, let's do that. So I've got a custom toolbar here, so I'll come over here and update or draw the plant schedule. I'll zoom in now and draw the plant schedule halfway between those two zones. So to me, this zone on the bottom left and that zone up there are pretty much the same. So let's set a text height of 150 and we'll draw our schedule, something like that. So there's our schedule, and you'll notice that for Lomanda longifolia lime turf, which is a sort of cascading ground cover species, we've got 64 plants. So it's totaled up the plants that are here and here. Indeed, it would also total the plants if it's been used in the lower area, but I don't think that's the case. So I think that's wrong. I think what's required is a plant schedule just for this area on the lower left. So what I'm going to do is to turn this zone here into a block. I'll make a block called TT and I'll just say OK. So that's been, in a sense, taken out of the equation. If we now come back and zoom in, and let's imagine that a plant schedule is needed just for this group. We can say gCADPlus, draw the plant schedule as a standard schedule, and you can see the benefit of putting icons on the standard toolbar. Whereas for the text type, we'll leave it at 150, input that point there and there. That should give us a reasonable looking schedule, and it does with 32 Lomanda longifolia in that zone, not 64 as we had before. So making a block of a zone such as that takes it out of the equation. So in fact that's been made into a block. Let's assume for the moment that the design for this area is now complete. So if we again make it another block, TTT, to make it distinguish it from the earlier one, now we should be able to go back into this area and assign our symbols and work in that zone. I think if we go now to show symbols with names, which let's go here and show symbols with names, can you see that at least one of the symbols has been used down in this lower area? So in fact, if we run a schedule now, I was going to say that should have taken it out of the equation because that's inside a block. So, there's a the bougainvillea has been drawn with magenta, which was confusing me. So that if we run the schedule now, we should get 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. We should get 10 in the schedule. There should only be one plant in it. So let's try it, and we'll go back here and we'll draw the plant schedule. So repeat that, and 150 for the height, corner point there, and come there. We only get one in, and we get 20 in the list. So that would seem to me, maybe there are others in the design here. Let's just do that again, show plants with symbols. Where are we? Show symbols with names. I think here we are. The same applies here. See, it's picked up the ones in that design there. So what we then would have to do is turn this zone here into another block. It really becomes TTTT using my system. So now, having removed all of the other plans in this rather complex layout out of the equation by turning them into a block, we should be able to draw the plant schedule again, and this time it should pick up just those few examples of that acacia. Sorry, I'll just once again go to gCADPlus and show symbols with names. So here we are, everything else has been blocked out inside of blocks, and we're just left with those 10 individual acacias. So now we should be able to run the schedule. Again, the standard schedule, draw the standard schedule, height 150, input, corner point, and something like that. And the schedule runs, counts the 10 standard fettuccine wattles that are going to be put in that position there. So in order to have the second plant schedule in this design, it's now just a matter of going through and attaching these to a plant schedule. So I hope that helps in managing this process. It's got a little complex here because the two different levels, I think, in this design have been duplicated, and the copied plants go with it.